Hello, it's McRob here, and you are joining me on the first video of my build series. Might be a build series, might only be one, don't know. Of this, my FTX Outback Mini XP rock van. It's a 1/18 scale, so as you can see, oh, really tiny, really tiny. And we've started on bag A, but I've already put this plate in place, so I'm not sure. I think it's going to be for the ESC. So bag B is installing the motor, gearbox and transfer box, and it's really stiff to turn for half an hour, and it goes together or goes in place like thus. And if we turn it around, we can see 3 holes that we have to line up, and it should slot in because there's 3 little depressions there. I'll try and zoom in on that at some point, but it's that bleeding small, I can't see. So I'll probably be doing a lot of this off air or off video, because these are the screws. They are M1.7 by 6mm screws, and as I say, it's just a case of lining it up. No, that's it. I've tried long enough on camera, so we're going to do it off camera, I'm afraid. So, see you in a bit. Okay folks, the next step is to take parts bag C and D and install them. Those are the front and rear axles. And as you can see, parts bag C is the front axle, which is already made up for you. Now, the instructions, sorry, before we get on to that, each parts bag comes with another bag with the number of screws or nuts and bolts. I don't know if there is any, but I'm just covering all bases here, required to install the doobly firkin. So this is parts bag C with M1.7 times 7mm screws. Now this might go according to plan, it might not. I think. Right, so it goes this way up, and we are actually screwing into, no, we're not screwing into, it's hard to see. But the first thing we need to do is, I think, pop the shocks on, it says, and I do think, I can't get my thumb in. Right, yes. So, I think there is a right and a wrong way. I think one of the holes on each side of the shock is slightly different or slightly bigger than the other side. So that's that. We've then got to sort out these, but it's a bit difficult to see because the drawing is so small. I've cocked up, guys. I can't get my arms, my 4-link suspension arms through, so I'm going to sort it all out, screw it all together and hopefully show you what I've had to do. Okay folks, so here we have the 2 axles on and the 4-link suspension for the back goes to these middle points here, and the front there we've only got 1 on the front of the shorter ones, but 2 on the back here, which don't think it's the best. They're getting in the way of the longer ones, but hey. Now, a word of warning, this middle bracket here, the mounting points or the holes for these self-tappers to screw into, a couple of them were blocked by mould residue, and I have ended up having to go round with a scalpel just to open up the opening a bit more to be able to screw these 1.7 screws in. So we're now ready for bag E, which is the electronics. Other than, I think, but I can't, there's no arrows or anything here telling me about this arm here, but I think it needs to go on that ball joint there, so we're going to attach that. Ready, so I'm assuming that's part of the 4-link suspension, but yeah, who knows. So I've stuck it on there because there's a ball joint. So yes, so bag E. So I think the first thing we'll do is, from the orientation, we will have a look and we will stick the thing to use up through here, like so. Seems more like it, doesn't it? And then the screws go in there, but it doesn't look like we can have any room to bleeding well do them. I think the screwdriver that comes with it is a tiny bit small for some of these screws, but hey, well, I'm going with that. And then I think that goes like so. Still seems a bit high. And that's that one in. So next is the ESC. And then according to this diagram, this little beauty plugs in here. Like that. There we go. I knew there was something I was missing. The motor plugs in just about like so, but it's a tight fit. There we go. And then the charged battery goes in here. course it doesn't mention anything about where to put the bleeding on off switch. So I'm going to stick it onto back of to servo for now. Right, we're all in. First things first, plug it in, switch it on. Cool, it all works, thank goodness. So I can move on to the next step. Okay, so the last part of this video I have discovered, because I'm going to do a separate one for the body, is making up the wheels and sticking them on the chassis. So as you bought the kit rather than the RTR, we get these brass wheel weights, and when you're making up the beadlock wheels, you take the plastic one of these and chuck it, and we're going to use this one. So it's fairly easy this, because these tyres are so soft. We just pop the brass weight in the middle like that. We then get the outer wheel rim and just pop it in like so, turn it over, and get the rear side and oops, drop it and line it up as best as you can with the screw holes. And wow, that's the first. I haven't had to adjust it. All the other ones I've just done I've had to slightly adjust, but this one on camera has gone straight on. So we've got 5 screws, and what I do is sort of go crossways. So if we go clockwise, I've started there, so I miss one and go to the next one and start that one off, and again I miss one and go to this one, and again miss the first one that I started, and then the last one. Okay, so the last job is just to fix it to the chassis. We pop it on, and this is an M2.5 nylock nut. Go, that's tight. Thread sticking out, but I have discovered that it's for these what are they called now? Axle lockers, and they screw onto it as well. There we go, and that's that. And I'm going to get rid of Shuby and Angry Ken, and we're going to set up a little manoeuvring doobly firkin and give it a little go. Okay folks, so here we go with a little test. I've got some batteries for it to climb over. I know it's not anything massive or special, but let's just see how we go. So here we go. Well, I'm liking the throttle control. Wow, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm quite liking the turning angle. Yeah. Well, I can see this is going to be quite a good bit of fun out on the hills and mud and rock and stuff. Wow! Well, there we go. One chassis ready to go. Just needs a body. So, I'll leave it here and look forward to seeing you for the bodywork. Thanks for watching. Bye! Is it gonna make it over too? I doubt it. It's gonna push it up, isn't it? Excellent.